Hey, what is going on? What is going on? I'm your boy Warren G, and the place B been clowning Sucker V since 2003, which means you can't finesse me. So what is up? What is up? This dick. Man, there's so much shit going on. Man, I hope your weekend was okay. Shout out to everybody that's at the Court Plantation right now, making it happen and do what the fuck you need to do to survive, which means go to that motherfucker and work the job. You already know what I'm gonna say. Shout out to all you motherfuckers that don't pay attention to the clown ass niggas that always want to ask you some suck ass shit like, man, why you gotta work on the weekend? Nigga, then why don't you just pay me so I ain't gotta go work on the weekend? Oh shit, I ain't got no money. Then what the fuck is you asking me for? God damn. So shout out to motherfuckers that just stay away from that clown ass shit. Shout out to all you motherfuckers that's, just kind of handle business and live day to day. You know what I'm saying? And controlling their narrative. Shout out to all my finessing ass niggas and all you suck ass niggas that's out there trying to, the nigga will borrow your belt, nigga borrow a condom, nigga try to borrow your drawers, they'll borrow your bitch, they'll do whatever the fuck they need to do to make themselves or appease themselves. That shit I don't get. But anyway, shout out to them suck ass niggas too. And shout out to all the women that's out there in this day and age that's just really trying to maintain and handle business and do what they need to do. Shout out to all my sisters that's out there. If you ain't checked out, go get you some, you know what I'm saying, some good education. Go get you some of them books. You know what I'm saying? And start reading, because reading is very fundamental. So shout out to all my niggas that's reading. Even if you don't read, I didn't get a chance to read today. But if you don't read but about 30 minutes a day, that's better than not reading at all. So shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all my niggas that are anti-Sambo-ish, anti-Coonish, anti-Hayward Shepherd-ish, anti-Steven from Django-ish, anti-tell him about the gun line boss-ish. So shout out to you niggas. God damn. Because it's a whole bunch of you motherfuckers up here. I'm not telling you that you're supposed to be like talking crazy to your supervisors and all this other shit. But shout out to all motherfuckers like, yes sir, no sir. You want me to jump off this bridge for you? I'll jump off the bridge for you, sir. You don't want me to eat for 24 hours and then do a swan dive off the stratosphere? I'll do that for you, boss. I gets right on that for you, boss. Because when y'all see me looking up, it's because, your boss could be 2 feet shorter than you, but y'all niggas is already on your hands and knees. Have some dignity about yourself. God damn. Tired of you motherfuckers, man. And shout out to all you motherfuckers that's like, nigga, that ain't me. I'm just on here to get this money. Take the money and run. So shout out to all y'all niggas. There's a lot of y'all niggas out there that's like, man, I ain't with that shit, nigga. Nigga, we all gotta work some way and somehow. If you are an entrepreneur, shout out to y'all. I respect the entrepreneurs in this world, especially our black entrepreneurs. You gotta respect them because that's where I'm longing to be in that path, man. Because you it's a lot of grind, it's a lot of grit, grind, hard work, and dedication. But it's priceless when you just do what you gotta do, and it can't nobody tell you when to take off and do all that. Shit gets tiresome and old as fuck. So shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all you niggas that's like, shit, fuck what these niggas talking about. I'm trying to see what these hoes is doing. And shout out to all you bitches that's out there acting like that y'all ain't no hoe. Stop acting like that and stop and I'm tired of you bitches that's out there giving pussy away and running up a whole lot of miles on your pussy hole, and then when the nigga check your Carfax and you got over 150,000 miles on your pussy hole, look, you can't price your pussy at the game and you got over 150,000 miles on there. So shout out to y'all. And shout out to niggas that's like, oh well shit, I went to church this week so I'm feeling good. And nigga think he's saved, sanctified, going to heaven. And for all y'all niggas that think y'all going to heaven, y'all gonna be the main niggas, cause I'm gonna be at the gate. I'm gonna be checking y'all niggas in. I'm gonna be at the gate, nigga. I'm gonna be working for heaven. And I'm gonna be at the gate checking y'all non-believers in. and niggas thinking that they going to heaven. They gonna be like, shit's gonna be cracking up in heaven. Talk to a nigga, I'm gonna be right at the gate. No, nigga, you're not going. This is the hell line right here. This is the heaven line. Well, nigga, you get your bitch ass in the hell line. Nigga, you been bullshitting this whole time. Your ass ain't been working. You been working the system. Nigga, you ain't worked in 20 years. And don't talk about no motherfucker you on a disability. Well, nigga, that dick work, you having all these goddamn kids, nigga. You in the hell line, nigga. And you bitches too. I'm be right there. Oh, you think you going to heaven? Bitch. You trying to fuck me and my cousin. Nah, fuck that, bitch. You in the hell line too. So the fuck out of here. I'ma be that nigga. Because it's time to start calling motherfuckers out. If we don't call ourselves out, you can't, trust me, the dominant society, they gonna call you out anyway. But they gonna call you out in a slick, slimy ass way. So shout out to everybody that understands what racism and white supremacy it is. Because if you don't understand that, everything else will confuse you. And shout out to motherfuckers still telling a nigga to go vote like that's gonna change the circumstances. If you don't know the law, you don't know what the fuck is going on. How the fuck you gonna change the circumstances? I'm not saying that I know the law, but I can tell you one thing. I know that those laws were written to keep us behind the line. And even when you start knowing the law, nigga, they'll just change the goalposts. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I'll tell you this. You better get on top of that shit, or these type of things are never gonna change. That's a fact. Hey. And shout out to motherfuckers that think, turn it over to the Lord and he work it out. Oh yeah, Jesus can't work it out. The first thing I'll tell y'all niggas is, since we talk about Jesus, Jesus, which Jesus you talking about? You talking about Heru? Which one you talking about? I'm dying to know which Jesus you talking about. Is that the one we supposed to draw our power from? Because, you know, niggas just wake up on Sunday and be like, if I just keep going, niggas use religion like an insurance policy. Well, let me go just in case it's real. That's a fact. And niggas believe the belief system, whatever motherfucker gave them. So shout out to y'all that are non-believers of the bullshit. That's a fact. And shout out to everybody that's trying to replace the system of racism, white supremacy, and establish a system of fucking justice. No bullshit, no smiling, no fucking cakes, no pies, no going along to get along. If you're not trying to replace the system of justice, you a whole ass motherfucker. And get the fuck away from me. Hey. Got a lot to discuss, so we about to get right into it. Cut this shit down. Man. It's, this, I'm telling you, this shit ain't gonna stop one after another. Let me tell you how bold these dominant white society people are and these race soldiers. They bold as fuck. Every time you leave your house, you better be under the assumption that your life is in danger. Every time you leave the house. Stop leaving the house thinking that your life is not in danger. Stop leaving the house thinking that things gonna change. No, always look around, know your surroundings. I'm not saying stay home, but I am saying watch yourself. Watch where you're going. Understand what it is. Know where it could go if you're not careful. Why when you say that? The reason why I say that is because, yet again, we're doing the same thing again. Y'all need to look at anti-black racism like the underworld. Just in case if y'all have not seen the underworld, go look at that movie with Kate Beckinsale. I would advise every black person, go look at that movie. It's a trilogy. It's a series of movies. It basically is breaking down racism. Lucian, who was a werewolf, and Victor, the eldest, one of the eldest vampires of them all, took Lucian in as his own and taught him everything, but kept him on a leash like a slave. But when Lucian started fucking his daughter, he killed his own daughter because they did not want the bloodlines to commingle, because they knew that the werewolves would basically fuck them out of existence. So they wanted to keep the bloodlines separate. And the werewolves were much stronger than the vampires. They can go in the sun. They were stronger. But guess what? The vampires couldn't go in the sun. Who does that sound like to y'all? Who can't go in the sun? Needs sunblock. And I had to tell you want some sunblock? I'd be like, nigga, I don't need no sunblock. This melanin is good enough. But go watch that movie. It breaks down racism in its own unique, rare form. That's a fact. And we got to understand that. Just like you look at our brother Jonathan Price and Shaun Lucas. Our race soldier, Shaun Lucas, who is a part of the system of racism, white supremacy, and the race soldier, who has no problem doing the shit that he's doing, what do y'all think he's going to do? Does this surprise y'all? No, it doesn't surprise me at all. You know why? Because this is what the fuck they do. And this shit is not going to change. That's a fact. So I would advise most people, go out there, think it's not going to be all good. All this bullshit that y'all got going on, don't think that it's going to change. Don't think that they're going to somehow make things different. They're not going to make things different. They're not going to change the circumstances. They're not. And you're like, well, why wouldn't they? Well, nigga, they not finna do that. Why would they do that? It's just to make it beneficial for black folks. Shaun Lucas, the race soldier. And this is y'all police reform? See, that's why y'all niggas need to stop jumping around. Now here, let me play this video.
Killing an unarmed black man. Witnesses say the victim had been... Tonight, a rookie police officer...
And I'm about to start from the beginning, cut the music, and we about to listen to what the fuck they got to say about this killing. Let's see how they try to frame this imagery right here. Let's see how they frame this picture.
Officer in Texas is facing murder charges after shooting and killing an unarmed black man. Witnesses say the victim had been trying to break up a fight. Here's CBS's Maria Villarreal.
No justice! No peace! Protests in another place, chanting.
Aren't y'all getting tired of protesting? That's all I want to know. When are we going to get tired of protesting and change the narrative? When are we going to get tired of the shit? That's my only goal. When are we going to get tired of the protesting and all the bullshit? I want to know when we going to get tired of the protesting. Hey, what's going on, Tasha? I see you. When are we going to get tired of protesting? I don't care how many white people march with you. I don't care who the fuck it is talking about no justice, no peace. They going to say that shit until it's time to talk about reparations, when it's time to talk about changing the way law enforcement does business, breaking up the police unions, defunding the police unions so they aren't able to be elusive from these charges, changing the infrastructure of what y'all call police reform. It's coming from the inside out. So I don't understand why we still march and want to repeat. They don't give a fuck. They laughing at you. That's why you like, well, Warren, why? No, nigga, you're not going to see me out there protesting because I already know what the fuck it is. Protesting is another format of you letting everybody know that you are against the system of racism and white supremacy, but you want some sucker shit in the same point. You can say, what you mean? This is what I mean. What is protesting going to get you? Nothing. We need to learn the law. We need to start putting liens on policemen's bonds, putting lien on all the fucking police officers. They're probably under a surety bond. I've read that much and learned that much, which is everybody's under one bond. You need to start suing the insurance companies that are issuing insurance on these police officers because they're all licensed and bonded and insured. So start going after their insurance. So go after the insurance companies that are insuring these police officers. Then motherfuckers will stop fucking shooting and killing motherfuckers. So you gotta hit them in their pockets where they can't work. Go after the motherfucking judges who fucking going with the bullshit. Go after the district attorney, start putting liens on their bonds. Like, hey man, you violating our civil rights because you going with the okie doke, like Daniel Cameron did. But see, we so busy being emotional and being like, man, fuck all that. So we gotta have a different plan of attack as well. We can't just keep doing the same shit, marching, whining, and repeating, and then you got white people joining it and making them feel like they're a part of something monumental because it's entertainment to them. They get a chance to go back to their suburbs. Then if that's the case, then where the fuck are all these white people whose grandparents are judges and lawyers and district attorneys? Then why the fuck they not talking to them and saying, hey, this is some bullshit. Y'all killing people. Y'all need to stop co-signing this shit. But they're not going to do it because they're not going to eject themselves from their lifestyles. That's why most white people will march and repeat with you and whine and no justice, no peace until it's time for reparations. When you be like, no justice, no peace, the motherfucker get to talk like Jane Elliott. Well, wait, hold on. We got to give the money to the Native Americans. That bullshit. So remember that before you start talking about the bullshit. That's a motherfucking fact. Remember that shit.
Another name. This time in the East Texas town of Wolf City, where Jonathan Price was shot and killed by a police officer Saturday night. Tonight, 22-year-old Shaun Lucas is in custody, charged with murder.
22-year-old white person. So let's just break this down real quick. Now, he's a 22-year-old white person. Now, we can look at it two ways. We could be like, all right, well, maybe you didn't know. No, y'all need to stop looking at it that way. Most people on this planet, I would say more than most people, they are fully aware of racism. Stop letting white people be elusive and fucking frame this fucking picture to you that they have no idea about racism and they don't see color. Stop it. I was even watching All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and AI and Steven Jackson. Shout out to them because that I like their podcast. And I like what Allen Iverson was saying. Like, I don't see people that way. What I wanted to tell Allen Iverson, Bubba Chuck, we know you don't see white people like that. We know you treat everybody the way we get it. But that doesn't mean that white people see you that way. And yeah, you down and destroy you, and I get that. That's that Steven from Django, that tell him about the gun line boss, Sambo Hayward Shepherd mentality. So we get it. Exclude them. But love you, Allen Iverson. White folk, for the majority of the part, they look at you as a commodity that they can make money off of, and that's why they treat you the way they treat you. Because if you were just regular Bubba Chuck, working a regular 9-to-5 job, you would be every nigga under the sun, and I'm pretty sure when you're not around, you still every nigga under the sun. And I think the way we view white folk and every other racial group is a lot different from how they view us. You know why? Because we love a system that racism works. He knows what's going to happen. He knows he's going to be a hero in the prison system. He knows he's going to be protected by the Aryan Brotherhood. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's not worried about that shit at all. You know why? Because black folks ain't going to do nothing. We're going to march, whine, repeat, and then we're going to get to the next one. Now, here comes Ben Crump. I guarantee you, Lee Mary, Ben Crump, here they go with this civil rights shit when he's not. He just like to settle. Y'all got him fucked up with Johnny Cochran. Stop mentioning him with Johnny Cochran. He's not Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran won the OJ case. Let's look. Y'all need to stop putting these people just like a motherfucker put Obama with Malcolm X. How dare you disrespect Obama and disrespect Malcolm X? You're like, why would he say disrespect Obama? Because Obama needs to be likened to Clarence Thomas and not likened to Malcolm X. That's what I mean. You're disrespecting Obama. He's more of a Clarence Thomas type of guy or a Herman Cain type of guy. And that's a fact.
Been on the job for 6 months and is being held on $1 million bail. Price was reportedly trying to break up a domestic dispute at a gas station. The Texas Rangers who are investigating the incident say Lucas, upon arrival, encountered Price, who resisted arrest in a non-threatening posture and attempted to walk away. Officer Lucas then tased Price before shooting him.
Mr. Price was unarmed. He was non-aggressive and he had his hands up.
What I tell you, that's Lee Mary talking. What I tell you, this is the first time I watched the shit. I've been reading and being on Twitter and just kind of read and gather my thoughts because I'm like, man, I want to take up everything. I want to soak up everything. I haven't gotten to watching Tariq Nasheed's podcast, but I know he talked about it too. But I want to give a different perspective. Where's the police reform at? Since everybody like, oh, remember when Sandra Bland got killed, because they try to say she killed herself. Ain't nobody killing themselves. When Sandra Bland was murdered and they settled, she only got like $1.7 million after taxes. Wow, $1 million for life. And they put in that deal for police reform, right? And that was in Texas. So, with that being said, is that y'all police reform? That's why motherfuckers need to stop calling the police. And the store owners and the people around that call the police, they know what they doing. Because why would you call the police when you know what the police going to do? They're not finna come. They're going to shoot first and then ask questions later. They're not finna ask questions first and then, no. They're coming there. They're trained to shoot to kill. And when you're dealing with race soldiers who are the protectors of white supremacy, they're not your friends. So stop acting like they're your friends.
Multiple witnesses have said that.
For his older sister, it's a life taken away too soon.
I close my eyes and I can just see him right there in my face. Because when he left here Saturday, if I known that was going to be the last time I seen him, I might would have held on a little tighter.
Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Wolf City, Texas.
Tough to hear that.
Yeah, you damn right it was tough to hear that. Get the motherfucking music on. That's some bullshit. And then, of course, you know they gonna, you know, on the news they gonna get, you know, the sad bro. Look, let me tell you something, and I'm gonna keep saying this. Some shit like that happened to me or somebody in my family. Please believe they better not put me on camera, cause the first, hey, I guess I just gotta go with it. It's fucked up, but the first thing I'm gonna be like, this is anti-black racism. You already know what's going on. I'm gonna be just like Steve Jackson. Y'all white people, y'all either for us or against us. So basically, if y'all white people marching and talking about justice for black people and all this other stuff, then y'all have the power to change this tomorrow. Y'all can change it. See, that's the thing. You got to start putting these allies on blast. All these other racial groups, see, they take pleasure in that. That's why it's entertainment to them. They want to see what we gonna do. That's why they keep poking the bear. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? They gonna keep killing us until one day there's gonna be a Chris Dorner or a Micah Johnson or somebody that's gonna be like, you know what? Nah, y'all bullshitting. But my thing is this: all these motherfuckers, I see a whole lot of racial groups marching, whining, repeating. Some of y'all that's marching with black folk, y'all gotta be relatives of judges, lawyers. Why don't y'all go in there and talk to them and be like, hey man, this shit ain't cool. Because ain't no person with white privilege they're blessed with they're not gonna recuse their white privilege or leverage their white privilege to help no niggas. Not in that way. If you go watch NYPD 12, you go watch that documentary, those 12 officers, the Latino brother straight out said it. He said, my commanding officer told me to stop black people from the ages of 14 to 21 and arrest them. We got to get those numbers up. And he was like, bro, I'm not doing that shit. They was like, well, you must have want no job. This is what they do. So if they just, why does everybody just think the NYPD Blue is crooked? They think NYPD is crooked. They think LAPD is crooked. The majority, I would say 99.99999% of police, law enforcement, they are crooked. Let's break this down real quick. Warren, why you say that? Okay, let's break it down. Let's just go with J. Edgar Hoover. Go read the book, The Burglary. It tells you all you need to know about law enforcement. If J. Edgar Hoover was the goddamn director of the fucking FBI for 40 years, taping every conversation, fucking leveraging and blackmailing people to do things, getting people to turn on people. You know, he wrote down, looking to seek and destroy the next black messiah, trying to separate Malcolm X from the Honorable Minister Louis, not the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, trying to separate him from the nation, knowing once I separate them, oh, he's all fair game. Playing on Malcolm X's emotion. Because what they know about black folk is we are very emotional, especially about not getting credit, not getting our props for things that we do. They know we're very emotional. They study us. They know who we are. It's your job to study them. Know thyself, but know thy enemy. And they are the enemy. And they're blatantly coming out and saying, well, we'll kill this nigga too. Oh, if I gotta, look, if law enforcement show up, you better understand what the fuck it is. So before you call the police on somebody, you know what it is, man. So whoever called the police, you sentence him to death. Jonathan Price was sentenced to death by whoever called the police. And I'm pretty sure the cowardly motherfucker who called the police ain't gonna ever come out and say, I called the police, I should be under charges too, that was on me. No, they gonna be cowards and they gonna run. And all those witnesses, they gonna change their stories, just like that Sambo coon ass African motherfucker that first said, yeah, I did, I heard the police knock. Nigga, what? But all the other witnesses said they didn't hear shit. What the fuck is you talking about? And a lot of that times it's because we're the people of this. As long as we get what we want, that's all that matters. Look, let me tell you about niggas. Niggas is worried about the motherfucking Laker game and whether LeBron and them is gonna win. Niggas don't give a fuck about Jonathan Price. Niggas don't give a fuck about niggas getting killed until it's in your backyard. Then you never worried about it until it affects you directly. But what doesn't affect you directly and affects you indirectly will still affect you. Because one day that might be you getting pulled over by the police and they might have a gun pointed at your head and talk about, oh, I went for my taser. And it's only going to be a matter of time before black people one day wake up and be like, they don't really fuck with us. That's why all this shit could be going on. Go to your car plantation. That's not going to change them from treating you a certain way. They're going to still treat you all fucked up. They're going to still keep their foot on your neck and still treat you like a fucking Hebrew slave. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. And when I mean Hebrew, I mean black. Like a Hebrew Israelite. I don't mean like a white person, a white Jewish person. Because, you know, they try to claim like they're the Hebrews and all that and all this other bullshit. Stop. That's the problem, man. we only focus on one thing. I watch it and I see it. That's why I was just looking on Twitter and I said something so funny because I got another account, right? Because at first I wasn't. I said, let me get another account. So I got another account and I basically was like, let us be mindful of black folk that are pretending like they want to replace the system of racism, white supremacy. All they are looking to do is be comfortable in the system of racism, white supremacy, and not replace it with a system of justice. And a lot of people will comment in like, "Damn, you right. It's the truth." Motherfuckers will go work. Look, how many times I gotta tell you? You know how many times I had black people tell me? I remember one black nigga told me, "Man, you should go sell a car or something. You don't have no future here." Like, I'm looking at him like, "Nigga, you don't even know me. What the fuck?" But that's how niggas are because they're working at a cubicle and you may be working somewhere else. So they just automatically feel like they're better than you. So they can kind of give you advice on what it is. And the whole time this nigga's telling me what to do, his bitch is in his backyard because he's fucking another bitch and tricking off his money. Then his real bitch brings dog food to the job. And then he's all embarrassed. Don't even want to come around me because he know I know. But I never use that against him, but I'm laughing at him. And I'm just looking like, just like one bitch tried to tell me, "Oh, you need to get your education, you know, because you want to move up." And I told the bitch, I said, "Look, if you're still at this same plantation in 10 years, you'll be reporting to somebody white with no degree. That's a motherfucking fact." And the bitch just kind of looked at me like, "Yeah, whatever." And I was like, "Yep." And 10 years later, that bitch reported to a motherfucker with no degree. That's white. But that's the problem because we so busy trying to go at each other and dump on each other instead of looking at all the other racial groups. And we have all these individual goals, but sometimes you got to put that shit to the side to do what's best for the team, for the unit. Just like that whole ass motherfucking Vlad TV. I'm glad that Lord Jamar, Royce the 5'9", my son, Corey Holcomb, everybody's calling that white boy out because he's very arrogant. First of all, when he had Nas's baby mama on there, I was like, this is a hoe ass motherfucker right here. And somebody need to holler at him. You know what I mean? Then he was trying to perpetuate shit with different comedians and have but you don't do that within the white Jewish community. But you come over here on our side and do it. And then everybody thinks it's a rite of passage to go on his shit. And I think everybody need to fall back and be like, "Look, bro, you need to apologize. I can't fuck with you. Or I'm gonna need $2 million. I'm gonna need 100 racks. You got 100 racks for me to go on there?" And then take the 100 racks and I ain't fucking with you no more. But niggas ain't gonna do that because niggas is worried about their individual fame. The niggas ain't worried about what's best for the collective. Because if we was worried about what's best for the collective, we'd have been stopped. He wouldn't have 2 million subscribers. Because I'd say 1.5 million of that is niggas. Watching him go back and forth and start all this bullshit. That's why I'm like, nah. Then you said that slick shit about the minister. Nah, homie. "Oh, well, I'm not going to apologize." And he basically showed Lord Jamar and them like, "Well, I don't fuck with y'all like that either." And then it's very arrogant. It's a lot of white boys like that. That's why you can't treat them that way. You got to treat them as a business because they going to always run with their people at the end. That's a fact. Unless they've been born and raised in our culture, rooted and grounded, and they're not wavering. There's some other racial groups that's like that. But then there's some other racial groups that's like, they can talk that twang like Tim Wise, but then they going to run with their own and peddle their information and you'll try to sell it and make money off of it. That's why I don't own a Tim Wise book or a Jane Elliott book. Jane Elliott let us know exactly what she was on. When she said, "Well, you got to get the Native Americans there." What the fuck? Think about it, y'all. Why is it every time we talk about reparations for us, a motherfucker get to talking about the Native Americans? As if slavery didn't exist. Like as if the Native Americans had it so bad that slavery was just not really that bad compared to the Native Americans. Stop. Y'all gave them something. You never gave black folks anything, and everybody walking around here like that shit didn't exist. Just like Shaun Lucas. You're 22 years old. You're probably not even old enough to be a cop, but I bet you're old enough to know what a nigga is and who to shoot to kill. That's a fact. And motherfuckers gonna get enough of marching, whining, repeating, and thinking that it's all good. Nigga, that shit is not all good. Telling you right now, the shit is not all good and this shit ain't gonna change. And you like, everybody like, well, why you say that? I'm about to play something else, and I think it's from his attorney. Let's see. Let's see if we got the footage. Let's see.
Let's talk about the race for a vaccine.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about that shit. Yeah, this sound like, see, motherfucker trying to, they just want motherfuckers to come on they shit. Fuck out of here, nigga. Nah, fuck that. Hold on, y'all. I'm just looking. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if they play it. I just want to hear more footage and see what other sites are saying. Let's see.
This is BetMGM.
Nah, fuck a BetMGM. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Let's see. I'm just very interested to see what they say. If they say the same thing different, I just want to see what different perspectives are on this, because this is basically a murder. But you're trying to say, well, I tased them. Stop. Look, these white folks about to spin this shit, flip motors the squad on everybody, and have everybody like, well, he did resist arrest. You know, niggas always be talking, oh, he did resist arrest. Yeah, that's the same shit, nigga. I ain't about to watch that. We already watched that shit. Fuck out of here, nigga. Let's see. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Everybody better wake up. That's facts. Everybody better wake up. Let me cut this down because I want to see. They probably showing people protesting and shit. But I want to see. Let's see what these motherfuckers talking about.
Hundreds march. To 10 o'clock, a small town showing unity in search for answers tonight. Hundreds marching earlier this evening in memory of Jonathan Price. He was a local resident shot and killed by police over the weekend. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Doug Dunbar. We are streaming as we do on CBSN DFW. So police have yet to give any explanation at all.
Oh, no explanation. That's because they trying to figure out what the fuck they gonna say and what they gonna do. Trust me, you don't think they coming up with a plan? Oh, they gonna protect this white boy. Trust and believe you me. They just charged him right away because they knew it was going to be a problem. But don't think they not just they going to try to drop that shit and keep it moving. That's a motherfucking fact. It was just too many people out there. That's why people like, dude, he just shot him. Well, let's just arrest him. But trust me, he's getting a royal treatment. If that one white kid that went into that black church, prayed with him and killed all those people, and then they took him to Burger King. So that should tell you
what happened, and that had many people upset and protesting tonight. Andrea Lucia starts us off live in Wolf City, which is about an hour northeast of Dallas. Andrea?
Yeah, Doug, that protest just wrapped up a little while ago. You can still see candles lit, though, behind me at the memorial where people have been adding to. Throughout the night, we saw a mix of out-of-town activists and locals, but as you said, they weren't really clashing at all. They are all horrified by what happened to Jonathan Price.
Say his name, Jonathan Price!
Neighbors lined the street.
I see a lot of white folks, but see, I'm going to keep saying this. I see a lot of racial groups, but nigga, what are y'all going to do to change it, though? Because all this marching, you're not helping us. Be a real ally. Tell us what they saying when we not in the room. 1, 2, then why don't y'all get on this reparations train so we can have our own independent police department that we can fund with our own fucking money. So we can be separate. So now, if a motherfucker get killed, well, now y'all got money to fight it and do what the fuck y'all need to do. Y'all have your own police unions, your own police, everything. Because we should be able to police ourselves. It should not be white police officers policing black people. Come on, man. If y'all don't see nothing wrong with it, that's why I'm tired of motherfuckers jumping around and jumping for joy over Bill Gates and fucking Jeff Bezos and all this other. Jeff Bezos' parents gave him $350,000 in the 80s. Why is everybody acting like the motherfucker was just poor? Didn't they come from all these people that they put in front of you? Warren Buffett, I don't believe nothing they say about Warren Buffett. As far as, oh, well, he was poor. Yeah, right. He's white in white America. This system is designed and made for him. Why do you say that, Warren? Because if it wasn't, then why is the person who has monopoly on every time you turn on the computer is white? So you don't think that Bill Gates, that was by design, homie? You don't think it's other black people that's way smarter than Bill Gates, but just for some sort of reason, you can't even cut on the computer without no fucking Microsoft. And they try to say that ain't a monopoly. That is a fucking monopoly. That's one. Then you got Warren Buffett, who owns everything. Most people don't even know. They filming Geico commercials and shit. And I had this conversation with my brother the other day. I said, well, nigga, you know Geico is owned by fucking Berkshire Hathaway. That's Warren Buffett. He was like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, nigga. So you see those Geico commercials and you see all this bullshit? Yeah, he own all that. That's why they don't care. That's why whether the economy tanks or does well, they're still making bread. They can manipulate the stock market. They're the new JP Morgan and Rockefeller. Trust me, they're never going to put a black person in that spot at all. And we are so dumb, we look to them. That's why I don't have a whole bunch of Warren Buffett books. I got Dennis Kimbrough, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Those are the books you should have. I don't care if these people are not rich. You can't learn from these people. Like I was watching this thing on Sneakerheads with King Batch, and they had mentioned Gary Vee. This was the dude that was running with Nipsey, and he was trying to link himself with Nipsey. And yeah, man, Gary Vee don't know shit about black people. You don't know our struggle. You're around Nip because Nip is Nip. If you really cared about black struggle, then why the fuck are you not going around and showing black folk the game from the inside? No. You're just attaching yourself to black people that are famous. That's why most black celebrities, they be like, oh, I don't see color. And all that. Well, you're black and you're famous and you got money. So you're not going to get treated the same way as the average black person. And they'll section you off from other black people because they'll be like, yeah, don't, and they'll say slick shit like, you're not like them. You're cool. And then you be like, what you mean? No, I'm just saying like, you're not ghetto. Well, what's that supposed to mean? I'm telling you. This is what they do, and that's how they always have that divide and conquer. They get one nigga the nigga trinkets worse than the other nigga. Well, if you want, hey Tom, if Jerome and fucking Tyrone over there want the fucking raise that we gave, John Tavian here, they better fucking pull their pants up and fucking get to fucking work, man. That's how they feel. And then when you be like, no, now you're the bad guy. Because, you got fucking John Tavian who walk around like, damn, they really like me. When in actual fact, clown, you just a poster boy in a bulletin for a whole bunch of bullshit. That's all it is. And don't ever get that shit twisted.
With tributes, and hundreds joined the march demanding justice.
He took my cousin. He took him. For no reason, he took him. But for no reason, he took my cousin.
Wolf City police have yet.
See, and I know it's different. That's why I'm looking for. Hey, shout out to Shawnee. What's going on, Wendy, Nuke? I gotta get Nuke on here. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna text when there's so much shit that I want to talk about with her. I just want to get her insight as a black woman in this day and time. I bet you Nuke probably got a cold ass perspective. One day I'm gonna get all y'all niggas on here. I guess if we don't do nothing but not Skype, but I forgot the other Zoom. We can do one of them shits just because I just want to get, a woman's perspective on all this. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes men, we be so pissed off, we don't even really know how to articulate it the right way. Me, I do because I see it so much and then you working on the corporate plantation. But I would love to get a black person's perspective, a black woman's perspective, because these are that brother Jonathan Price, that's somebody's son. That's somebody's brother. So it's like, and then you got these white people acting like, well, I did my job. Well, no, you're not doing your job. And I don't care how many other racial groups march with y'all. See, that's the thing. We be thinking that they for us. Well, then if they for us, then change the laws. If white people really wanted to change racism, they could do it over fucking night. Y'all stop being fooled by, see, this is where I don't care about the fucking law. When white people want to get some shit done, they fucking make it happen. And that's a motherfucking fact. I don't care. Look, I don't care if it's Hollywood. I don't care if it's these major Fortune 500 companies. When they want to make something happen, they'll fucking make it happen. And they don't give a fuck what anybody say. They don't care what the fucking consequences are. They'll make it fucking happen. And that's the problem. We hold them to a lower standard than we do ourselves. We go at black businesses like, oh, they fucked up. They did all this. They did all that. But then a white person business could fuck you over 10 times, discriminate, treat you all fucked up, and you'll still keep going back for more. Lil Boosie said, I don't know why y'all dumbasses standing outside of Gucci. They don't fuck with black people. But it was a long-ass line waiting outside of Gucci. Long-ass line waiting for Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all that. Them motherfuckers, those are all Italian European labels who don't give a fuck about you in that capacity because they know, okay, these dumbass niggas are asleep. Let me tell you what they thinking about y'all. I'm almost tempted to get some white people and do a little short film of a little short series clips of what Italians are saying. And basically, look at these dumbass niggas. They wearing our shit. I just came up with an idea, and I think I'm going to do it. And I'm telling you, look at these dumbass niggas wearing our shit. When really, they're the reason why we are the way we are. They're the ones who gave us our culture and they're the ones who built up Italy. They're the ones or the reason why we know about masonry and bricklaying. But these dumbass niggas is wearing our shit. And I'm telling you, that shit ain't gonna never change.
To release their account of what happened Saturday night when an officer shot and killed 31-year-old Jonathan Price.
He was a stand-up guy around here, you know what I'm saying? I knew him when he was real little, played Pop Warner football around here. Just like I said, he always took care of, looked after people and stuff.
Many here describe Jonathan as a popular athlete and a mentor to local youth who was well known and well liked.
It was an outsider that caused this chaos.
Police have yet to identify the officer involved, but residents say he didn't live in town and only recently started working here.
He shouldn't have never been shot.
Jonathan's father told CBS News he's received no answers from law enforcement, but witnesses tell the family Jonathan was stopping a fight between a couple when an officer arrived and tased him.
He threw up his hand and turned around, and the police just shot him 3 times.
You can't even police your own folk. I'm pretty sure that dude just, But see, here's the thing. That's why we got to be mindful of taking up for the police. And, the police are just doing their job. No, nigga. They not just doing their job. Nigga, so you mean to tell me when you putting on your badge and your belt buckle and shining your boots and making sure your boots is all shiny and all this other shit. So you mean when you doing that, in your mind, in your supervisor's mind, they told you, well, make sure you go out there and kill some niggas now. That's basically what they saying. Because remember, slaves used to be police officers, law enforcement. Their job was basically to get slaves and bring them back to the plantation. That's what law enforcement was created for. So we have to have the mindset of that's what their job is. I was looking on this police car partnering with the community. No, partnering with white people to catch niggas and kill them and make it safer for white people. That's what it is. And let me tell you something. You can know the law. And I like for my brothers to know the law. But let me tell you something. You can know the law all you want. That still don't mean they won't beat the shit out your motherfucking ass. And that still won't mean they won't arrest your ass. And that still won't mean that they won't move the goalpost and make it pliable for white folk and not for black folk. People need to get out of their head. Well, just look, you can know the game all you want. Okay, know the game. Know the game and go on a corporate plantation and think, well, I'm going to know the game and I'm going to move up this fictitious ladder. Okay, right. So who runs Microsoft again? Not a nigga, a white person. Who works Berkshire? Who runs Berkshire Hathaway? Not no nigga, a white person. Who runs Amazon? A white person. Shall I keep naming more major Fortune 500s and corporations that's on the stock market? Because it ain't no niggas running them. Stop it. Stop it. They're going to change the goalposts. They're going to change it. And that shit ain't going to stop. That's why when a white person get to smiling with you or any other racial group, you say, are you trying to establish a system of justice? And they're going to ask you, what does that mean? Ending anti-black racism. Well, what is anti-black racism? Redlining, gentrification. That's just to name a few. Public lynchings. What's a public lynching? When white police officers are targeting black citizens that are unarmed and shooting and killing them when they can use a taser or just apprehend them. By the time you get to that, they're going to be like, well, a lot of those people, they've been resisting arrest. Because that's what they'll say. And they're going to keep saying that. That's a fact. And you're right. They do. Animals got more rights than fucking people. And that's a fact. Because ain't no police officer just going to dump on no dog. If he shoot and kill a fucking dog, oh my God, they going to hang his ass. That's when PETA will come out. How dare you fucking shoot this goddamn dog? That dog had a long life to live. But shit, they'll be like, oh no, it wasn't a dog, it was a nigga. Oh, it was a nigga? Oh shit, carry on. That's exactly what they'll do. That's a fact.
He didn't have to go like that. I don't understand.
Attorneys for the family are calling for the release of surveillance and body cam videos and for the arrest of the officer.
And after they make that arrest, they need to file the appropriate charges, which are murder.
That's Lee Merritt, another motherfucking ambulance chaser. Y'all don't think that it's a little ironic that these motherfuckers always, they like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. They like them. Two fucking Sambo-ass niggas that's trying to get a settlement. They don't care about, look, if you care about justice, then why don't you get other lawyers? And why is it always you? Man, stop, man. These fucking ambulance chasers. We got to stop that shit too, man. Niggas need to start checking their ass too. Because I'm telling you right now, some shit happened to me. Motherfucker better be like, hey, would you? Nope. He ain't on that shit. So you can get the fuck up out of here. We don't play that. No, if you coming over here for a settlement, no. We seeking justice. You put money on my life. It should be money and justice. It should be money and guilty. Not just money and then let that officer get transferred somewhere else on some Mark Furman shit. Well, let me fucking tamper with the evidence. And then I can call them all kinds of niggas and shit. And then all y'all gonna do is transfer me anyway. Stop.
Well, the Texas Rangers have taken over this investigation, but either...
And look, stop thinking that when you think of the Texas Rangers, think of motherfucking Chuck Norris's racist ass. That's when you think of, just think of Walker, Texas Ranger. You know, Chuck Norris was always a good guy. Then he had a Sambo ass nigga. I forgot I think his name was Cordell, whatever the fuck that clown ass nigga's name. He wasn't nothing but a goddamn Sambo to me. Always assisting. I remember I watched that as a kid and I was like, well, why is the black dude always in trouble and getting his ass whooped? But here come fucking Walker, Texas Ranger doing his goddamn karate kicks with his boots on. And I'm like, man, as a kid, I just be like, this shit don't make sense. And then, of course, me, I just be like, fuck it, I'd just rather watch The Fall Guy. At least this nigga driving off cliffs and shit. Like, this shit make more sense than this. This shit doesn't even make sense to me as a kid. As a kid, I knew it didn't make sense. So if I knew as a kid this shit don't make sense, then I don't know why the fuck niggas be like, oh, the Texas Rangers about to take over the investigation. Ask Sandra Bland's family what the Texas Rangers did for her investigations, as she allegedly killed herself. But they put her to a cell in the back where there ain't no cameras. Man, come on, man. Stop.
Nor local police have offered an explanation or even some basic details about Saturday's shooting. I will say there were some businesses that were nervous tonight. They boarded up not knowing what the protest here would look like. But I do want to say we witnessed no damage, no one getting hurt, no violence at all tonight. Things were very peaceful. Reporting live in Wolf City, Andre Lucia, CBS 11 News.
Okay. But you ain't got to, we witnessed no, well, bitch, even if you did witness violence. Then the community should be boarding up their business because then the community need to come out there and they need to start putting bread on those police officers' head to be like, hey, man, y'all got to stop killing people over here, man. Y'all affecting our business. Y'all affecting a lot of shit that's going on. But no, they ain't going to do that as long as they don't fuck up my business. That's why I fucked them business. That's why I remember I heard Trina talking about their animals. They're tearing up my friend's business. I'm like, well, why she ain't got fucking rider's insurance? She should have all that as a business owner. And if y'all got it like that, what you worried about it for? And if that's your friends, then why don't you put some money in her pocket? Because Trina was sounding like a goddamn mammy. And then the bitch called her a goddamn nigga in the store. Then all of a sudden you want to, this nigga, call me nigga again. Well, what do you think when you get on TV or on the radio station start talking shit about your own people? What do you think they're going to do? Especially when it's very mammy-ish. When it's very mammy-ish, what you think they're going to do? See, what y'all need to understand is the dominant society studies have studied black folk. They know what our moves are. They know how to divide us. Look, all those people out there marching, I guarantee you, if a white man dressed up in a hoodie, that's another bit I would love to do. Dressed up in a hoodie, you heard it first, right? He dressed up in a hoodie and drove a fucking Mack truck and opened the Mack truck and just put a fan and just blew out hundreds of dollars in the street. Do you think those black people will still be protesting? Them niggas will stop all that shit and take that money and be like, fuck that nigga. Because that's what divides us. And y'all like, oh no, well, man, niggas, stop. Stop. Majority of those motherfuckers out there, them white people, it's going to change marching. Give a fuck about you marching? Go ahead and march, clown. March, clown. Get your march on. And whine and repeat. And I'm waiting to see when the change is gonna come. Since you marching and whine and repeat, I don't give a fuck about that shit. They laughing at you. They laughing. All it's gonna take is for one race soldier to try to kill and assassinate the wrong brother, and then when his family gets retaliated on, that's gonna put a statement out there like, oh shit, first they gonna demonize that family. Oh, they were attacking police. And then when you try to kill another black person, their family retaliates and be sending pictures, then that's when you're gonna be like, all right, we gotta stop this shit. See, we gotta be like Jean-Jacques Dessalines. We gotta be like Dirty Bookman. Man, the white man's God asked them to commit crimes against us type shit. Like, nigga, what? That is not our God. I'm telling you right now, whoever's listening, every black person should give this prayer to their children. Dirty Bookman's prayer. Look it up. You need to get it, blow it up, frame it, because that's what I'm about to do. Have a picture of Dirty Bookman, have a picture of his prayer, and that's what your kids should be saying at night. Not no, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. That shit in Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Man, fuck all that. That's some shit that they wrote in a book that William Shakespeare and his buddies and Lord Buckingham got together and started writing the book. Oh, we'll take that shit out and put this shit in here because this sounds good. No, let's read something from our ancestors that they wrote about them motherfuckers. And then you have power. Because like he said, that ain't our God. Because our God, how could we have the same God? Our God is a real God, a just God, who wants us to stick up for ourselves and basically eviscerate them out of our country of Haiti. And that's exactly what they did. And that's why Haiti is the country in the world. And that's why they don't want nobody fucking with Haiti. And that's why when you talk about voodoo, they want niggas to be scared. I don't do no voodoo. That bullshit. And Sambo and Coon and act like the shit don't go on. They want you to do that. And you like, why, man? Well, because if you do that, what ends up happening is when you pray Cesare, they'll be like, good, we got them niggas. We got them. I got them. That type of shit. So I'm just telling y'all, man, y'all got to know what it is, man. Y'all got to know what it is. I'm trying to find some more audio on our brother. I'm basically trying to find some more audio on our brother, man. Cause I definitely I'm about to see if I can find some more audio. Let me go to YouTube. I'm gonna see what else motherfuckers is talking about. Let's see.
YouTube.
Nah, I don't want to be on nobody's motherfucking page. Let's see. Let's see. That's CBS. Let's see what ABC got to say.
We'll have the final.
Nope, no commercials, nigga. Fuck out of here with the clown ass shit. Sorry, clown. That's the problem, man. That's a real problem, man. And that's why you know this motherfuckers, oh, they're bored now because they thought it was gonna riot. Yeah, they just worried about their business. They don't give a fuck about that nigga getting killed. Most people don't care about that.
Texas police officer charged with murder in the fatal shooting of Jonathan Price. Witnesses say that Price was simply trying to stop a domestic dispute. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore from Texas.
Growing questions tonight about why a 31-year-old black man was shot dead by police after attempting to break up a domestic dispute at a Texas convenience store. Witnesses say Jonathan Price was trying to defuse an argument inside the Wolf City store on.
And now, this is why niggas gotta stop cooning too. Because you try to coon and sambo for these fucking law enforcement people because you may have them in your family or you might know them, and then that'll be the very people that'll kill you. So stop cooning and taking up for them. Black people need to stop that. That's that fucking Botham John shit, trying to hug Amber Geiger when the bitch clearly knew she was in the wrong apartment. She knew what the fuck she was doing. She knew what the fuck. To this day, I think they was fucking. And I think he didn't want to be bothered with her no more. And I think she still wanted to be bothered with him. And she went in his apartment and waited for that motherfucker. And then when he came in there, the bitch shot him. And they was probably arguing. And then the bitch had everybody. And that's why you don't hear nothing else about that bitch. And then everybody was crying and feeling bad and hugging and all. Black people got to stop that shit. Stop this forgiveness shit. We don't owe these people shit. That's the problem. That's why we're probably every racial group's doormat, because they know, as Dr. Clyde Anderson teaches, we'll just carry their fucking groceries for them. We'll carry their water for them. As Dr. Clyde Anderson says, the willingness ass carries the hard load. The willingness ass carries the hard load. That's black folk. Because they know black folks, I get it for you. I do everything for you. And matter of fact, doesn't put your whole life on the line for them. There's a difference between going to the corn plantation, working your job, getting the fuck out of there, and then you try to do everything. Oh, I do all of it. I damn near have a heart attack for you, boss. And all they gonna do is be like, okay, let me know when you be able to return after your heart attack. They give you your medicine because we need you to return. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care. They're not in. Corporate plantation jobs function because they're not vested in you personally. They're only vested in you publicly as far as a vested interest of you doing your job to make them money. So stop trying to be like, oh, we all friends. No, you're really not. You're there to do a job. They don't care about you. And about police officers in a good way and, oh, they do this for you. Because I think, I've seen things about this brother taking up for them. And look, those are the very people that killed you. So all that taking up and all that Sambo and Cooning, it got you nowhere. Now you did. That's why I wouldn't take up for them at all. At all.
When Officer Shaun Lucas arrived, investigators say Price, quote, resisted in a non-threatening posture and walked away. Lucas tasered Price, then shot him.
3 gunshots went off, and I turned and looked at them, and I said, a cop just shot somebody.
A lawyer for the family says Price was unarmed. Tonight, his mother demanding justice.
Just let him feel the pain that I'm feeling. My son got life to get life.
Lucas' murder.
We don't think that he should be ever free again. There was absolutely no justification for the use of force.
Price has been described as a leader in this small town. His death.
Black Lives Matter bullshit.
Sparking marches overnight.
David, the lawyer representing Price's family, says there is video of this incident and he wants it released. David.
Hi. Get the fuck out of here, man. Look, man, I'm telling y'all right now. You can march, whine, repeat. You can do whatever the fuck you think you gonna do. The shit ain't gonna work. They don't give a fuck. The shit ain't gonna change. The only way it's gonna change is if you change the narrative. And you get with people, and we need to start having study clubs. We need to bring that OG shit back. A book club, a study group where we just look and try to read it. That doesn't, see, but that's the thing. You get a book, it's always some nigga that try to read the whole book before everybody on a different timeline. Just so people can kind of know, so you can kind of get and see. I'm only gonna talk about books that I read. If I ain't read it, I ain't gonna talk about it. And I'm telling you, I really suggest that people read Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington. Read that fucking book. Read Medical Apartheid. You have to read The New Jim Crow. Read Black Labor, White Wealth. Man, y'all gotta read these books. Y'all gotta read these books. You're like, why, Warren? Because in these books, it's basically breaking down all coded messages and taking history and showing you this is documented history that they've been doing this. That's why I can't stand to be around another racial group and they be like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that black guy like that. Nigga, what? This shit been going on. Where the fuck you been at? And a lot of the reasons why, motherfucker, because you know what? People are too busy worried about if the Lakers is going to win. You know what, goddamn, whether they win or not, they going to go home and they living a great life. But are you? So it's all entertainment. Trust and believe you me. If the Lakers win, that's going to those CEOs and those owners of those teams. You're not getting any. It's a fact. I don't care how much money you bet on the game. You're not getting none of those proceeds and none of that money. Fuck them. And you got to understand that and understand what it is, man. Go do the research for yourself. Go look up this case. I'm telling you what's going to happen. They're going to settle. They're going to get about $4, $5, or $6 million. And then it's